record, which there are 5 Sons of Bettor's Delight in the field, 5 of the 9. So Bettor's Delight, not shocking, the overall leading pacing sire in the OSS this year, and in this particular division, 3-year-old Colt Pacers, by far and away the leading money-winning stallion. McWicked occupies the number 2 spot in this category, but a real kind of a nice season for him just one of his few seasons standing in Ontario.
Yeah, no, it's been a great year for McWicked as well. But Bettor's Delight, I mean, can't say enough about him as a sire, right? I mean, incredible racehorse, even better sire, and you said this race here, you've got so many of them, by him, and some serious contenders as well.
All right, and apparently we had a little bit of a technical issue with our live stream. We're back up and running now, so welcome back, and just in time for the finale, the Glamour Boy Division, 3-year-old Colt and Gelding Pacers, another $75,000 on the line. It's field of 9 this time around, and Century Komodo was one of the 6-figure yearlings, another $100,000 London Classic yearling purchase, and so far so good for him. He's slowly chipping away and earning that purchase price back over time. Highly talented. He's another one that is not that far off of competing against gold types. I mean, he's solidly around that 150 range week in, week out. Shows those 26-second final quarters. It's just another indication of how deep these divisions are.
Yeah, it truly is, and he's a big player in here. Obviously, 2-1 right on the board. It's oddly enough, Greg, the 2 favorites right now, they hooked up at the wire last time. Literally, they hooked wheels at the wire last time in the final preliminary leg of the Grassroots. Just ahead apart at the wire. No interference was caused by the Vicar. Just not enough room there for Century Komodo to get through. And if you look down the page on Century Komodo, they also were just heads apart with him getting the short end of the stick, Century Komodo of the Vicar, back at the end of July. So they've done battle many times, and the Vicar's come out on top, but it's interesting to see how it pans out tonight.
And pretty unique to see a top 3-year-old Colt racing without hobbles at this stage, and the Vicar has been so steady, and he's been better since they've gone that route with him quite a while back now, and again, very steady performer. Post 1 with his racing style, do you think it'll set up well for him?
Yeah, I think it's okay for him. The thing is that it's tough to get away well off the gate from the pole position here at Mohawk Park, but he's kind of the type that likes to attack them in the middle stages, and he's an absolute killer off a helmet. That start that he was a winner at the end of July, I mean, his late lunge at Century Komodo was incredible, and he's won 7 of 11 since coming to Ontario and racing under the care of Tyler Moore, who was aboard for his first 3 wins. And then he handed the lines over, and Louis-Philippe Bois has gotten along the best with him. And, kind of fitting that tonight he's got the hot hand coming into this, and I think he ends up as a favorite.
Interesting route, too. He's a son of Art Speak, but he was sold at the Prince Edward Island yearling sale for $26,000, now owned by the GLB Stables from Lakeview, Nova Scotia. And he's been a lot of fun to watch since shipping back up here to Ontario into the care of Tyler Moore. 77,000 banked, so a win here tonight would put him over the $100,000 mark in seasonal earnings. And a lot on the line potentially as well for the winner. If the winner here tonight might have that opportunity to get into the super final in a couple of weeks. And watching these horses, seeing many of them pacing in that 49-50 range, they've been competing against gold types at different points in the year. They would certainly be a fit, I think, in that super final.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's some killers in there, but again, it's a horse race. Anything can happen.
Let's get a look at the field on post-parade. We saw the victor moments ago. Number 3 sports activator Michael Armstrong trains this guy. What a solid campaign for him. 7 wins, 13 top 2 finishes. Jonathan Drury in the bike.
And the 4 is Lakers Bank for Trevor Henry and Tim Myers, the division leader. He's got 5 wins out of 15 tries and 10 on the board finishes.
Chalk Hanover, the 5, just beaten 2 back by a head, charted in 49-4, but a miscue last time. Jody Jameson in the bike.
The 6 is Century Komodo for Doug McNair and Tony Beaton. 5 wins out of 13 tries this year and 9 on the board finishes.
Do Better is one of the 5 Bettor's Delights in the field. Sylvain Filion driving for the trainer Jeff Williams.
And the 8 is Always a Thrill for Tyler Jones and Jeff Williams. 3 for 15 on the season, 6 on the board, finishes just under $50,000 in earnings.
Stonebridge Thrill will be the number 9 in the field. We're going to get a look at him in a moment. Trying to parlay that first seasonal win that came last time in 149 and 4. Can he make it 2 consecutive tonight in the championship final? Tyler Borth in the bike for trainer Anthony Beaton.
And the 10, McPleasant, the third of 3 for Tony Beaton in here. James McDonald will be aboard. This is a colt by McWicked who really came on strong late in the season. He's 5 for 14, 10 on the board finishes, but he's won 3 of his last 6.
So a quick scan of the odds board shows us this guy is your favorite, the Vicar. Free-legged pacer Louis Philippe Waugh, white hot this evening, and will try and cap off our grassroots championships with his 5th win. The second choice, slightly second choice, Century Komodo, 1 of 3 for trainer Anthony Beaton, with 5 wins to his credit this year. Another Beaton pupil getting plenty of support despite the extreme outside post.
Yeah, you know what, McPleasant for me was one that's kind of interesting in here. I didn't use him in the Horse Players Journal just because of that post. Now you do move in one spot to the 9 hole, but it's still, an outside draw. But he is one that has kind of gotten better as the years gone on. I mean, he started off his career in, the maiden ranks on the B tracks, and then kind of worked his way up to the grassroots and the big track. And I think McPleasant's in with a big chance. I just don't know how the trip works out from out there in post 9. And we've seen that, speed's been kind of good tonight. He's one that does have tactical speed, so maybe that's the game plan to launch him off the gate. But there's some really good horses to his inside.
At Stonebridge Thrill, maybe the Rodney Dangerfield in here right now getting no respect. 10-1, despite coming off that career best first win of the season last time.
49-4 and beat McPleasant, right? And he gets a better draw than him, slightly better anyways. And you're getting 10-1 versus 7-2. I always marvel at the margin on the odds board when last time out one got the better of another. So you could definitely say he's value right now at that price.
Lakers Bank, the leader in the division as far as points this season. Last time against the Victor, Century, Komodo, and the like, tough trip really cost him there. Parked every step of the way. Hung in pretty well. Was that a deceptively good effort in your opinion?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, he's a horse that actually, he's showing he can take air. He can do good things on the front end. His win at Grand River was, pretty spectacular. Post 8 there. It's still no joke at the river, even though it's a bigger surface. He blasted the lead. He made every call a winning one. Yeah, he had the teletimer in his favor, but he was a winner at 19-1 on that occasion. And he's the division leader, and right now he's going off at 22-1. I mean, that's a pretty big number on a horse that I think with the right kind of trip and the way this track's playing tonight, if he ever went down the road, he might have a serious chance.
Chalk Hanover, next door neighbor, and in that 149 and 4 mile from Stonebridge Thrill, this guy was third. He was only beaten a half a length. So you know that he can, on the right night, compete here as well. A miscue, though, last time out. So they've got a little bit of time to try and rectify that. But because of that miscue, highly elevated odds tonight, 12-1, another one that could surprise. And we've been waiting all night for that long shot winner. Do you think it could come here?
You know the horse that I like here, and I love the Vicar. Big fan of the horse. He's been good to me all year. The horse that I've got pegged for third in the Horse Players Journal that I think is an outrageous price right now is the 3 Sports Activator. This horse is way better than that price on the board right now. I mean, he's had tremendous success in the grassroots. I would just kind of ignore those recent lines. I mean, 2 back, his trainer was aboard, and the preferred at Rito, and last time out didn't have much of a chance the way it panned out. So Sports Activator, 26-1. I'd be using him everywhere, Greg.
All right, 9-1, good enough for me on Stonebridge Thrill, who wears saddle pad number 9 here. It's race 10, though, and it's our final grassroots championship of the night. The Vicar, Century Komodo, both at 2-1 here. McPleasant, solid third choice at 7-2. Starting gate lights activated, and they're moving in behind the starting gate. One more time, we'll head up to the voice of Woodbine Mohawk Park, Ken Middleton, with your call.
Way to finish things up here. No clear-cut favorite, but a favorite nonetheless is the Vicar at 9-5. 2-1 on 6, Century Komodo. 7-2 on 10, McPleasant. The gate swings off the turn into the stretch. Here they come. Field picks up speed. They're often pacing. Firing out of there, Do Better from the outside. Center of the racetrack, Lakers Bank powers out 2. Also leaving out is Century Komodo. Far outside, McPleasant. The Vicar came away in mid-pack 5th. 6th to his wheel is Chalk Hanover. Then it's back to Sports Activator into 7th. 8th outside to Always a Thrill. And trailing early, Stonebridge Thrill. Driving into turn 1. Do Better's got the early lead, but parked and pressing comes McPleasant. Hot quarter, 26-4. And the battle rages on into the backstretch. Do Better is keen to go on, but Filion says sit. And McPleasant blows by. McPleasant takes the top. Do Better, a charged up pocket sitter. Outside 3rd is Century Komodo. 4th and up on the move comes the Vicar now. Back into 5th there tracks Lakers Bank. 6th outside, Chalk Hanover. 7th moving is Sports Activator. Through at the rail is Always a Thrill. And Stonebridge Thrill trails. Lots of action. We've got 4 tip to the outside, 5 inside as Century Komodo's clear to the top in 55-2. Here on the outside comes the Vicar to apply first over pressure on the leader. Back into 3rd, McPleasant. Covered up is Chalk Hanover. Buried at the rail, Do Better. Then to the outside, 6th drive, Sports Activator. Inside, Lakers Bank to 7th. Outside, Stonebridge Thrill is 8th. Trailing 9th. Inside is Always a Thrill. Down to 3/4 they go. Century Komodo and the Vicar throw down. They're at 3/4 together in 1:23-1 into the stretch. And Century Komodo trying to fend off a determined the Vicar. The Vicar on the outside, about a neck behind Century Komodo, who digs in. 1/8 of a mile to go. Century Komodo trying to last in the lead. The Vicar on the outside determined to get him. Century Komodo and the Vicar. Century Komodo to win by 3/4 of a length. The Vicar was 2nd, then Chalk Hanover 3rd. 150 for Century Komodo.
How about that? A 26-4 final quarter. Going to the bottom of the well with Century Komodo. He was looked in the eye and passed by the Vicar on the final turn, but he had all the answers tonight and full marks for that victory.
Yeah, it really was a great drive, too, by Doug McNair. I mean, he saw the battle kind of ensuing up front. McPleasant really hard used to get to the lead. He pounced on them, got to the front, and then the real battle started, right? Him and the Vicar, they've done it so many times this year. They finished close together at the wire this time around. Century Komodo rebuffs the challenge of the Vicar, and that's a real nice win in 150 flat.
And he needed every bit of a 26-4 final quarter tonight to do that. So we've talked about it at length tonight. These are grassroots horses, the second tier of the Ontario Sire Stakes, and you're seeing a win tonight at this point in the evening with the weather conditions that we've had today in 150. With that kind of final quarter speed. Ultra impressive. This guy, a 6-figure yearling purchase, and just getting better, it appears, as the season wears on. Century Komodo caps off our grassroots championships here, holding off the Vicar, Chalk Hanover, and Lakers Bank to round out your top 4. Another look at the closing strides here from Century Komodo. Good night at the office as well for driver Doug McNair. Let's take one more timeout. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Winback Farm of Delaware is home to 8 exceptional stallions. New in 2024, Nutcracker Sweet, a full brother to Double Millionaire Bittersweet and half brother to the Great Sweet Lou. World Champion He's Watching, a proven sire of stakes winners, including Double Millionaire Tattoo Artist, Sports Column, an Ontario Sire Stakes star, and a 19-time winner. Top Flight Angel, who won the Orchestra Final and is a multiple New York Sire Stakes champion. Also standing, Badlands Hanover, Classic Card Shark, Glide Master, and Ronnie's Bags Again. For more information, visit winbackfarm.com.
Doug McNair coming back into the winner's enclosure for the 3rd time tonight in our grassroots finals. So 8 finals tonight. Doug winning 3, Louis with 4, and King James, he got into the win column with 1. So the guys weren't really sharing the wealth tonight. They were kind of hogging the spotlight, if you will, and yeah, great night at the office. So trainer Anthony Beaton had 3 shots in here, and it was Century Komodo who gets it done for that stable. One more time, a beautiful blanket presentation, trophy, and flowers, carrots for the winning connections as well. So Century Komodo 150, and with that win, that's going to vault him well over $100,000 in seasonal earnings. Didn't win last year, Rob, as a rookie, but he's really elevated his game this season and just getting better, I think.
Yeah, he has. In mid-season, he switched to the barn of Tony Beaton, and he was already doing well, but then he kind of really started racking up the victories, and shaves a full second off his lifetime mark too, right? So this horse, tremendous performance here tonight, and one that we'll probably see good things from him going forward.
I think so. These Butter's Delights like this, they could just get better and turn into really nice older horses as well. They're good on any kind of racetrack. The sky could be the limit for this guy. Century Komodo, a product of Century Spring Farms here in Ontario. And a nice feather in his cap, winning a grassroots championship tonight. $5.40. The Vicar, Chalk, Hanover, and Lakers Bank rounding out the top four. So it was a night, the trend was favorites were doing well, and we saw it again there.
Yeah, no, we usually look for those prices on this night, right? It's the night that brings the prices home, but this evening, the favorites prevailed in most of them. We saw a couple peripheral horses, but for the most part, the form held true, which, I guess is nice to see in some ways. All
right, I think John Rallis is getting ready to speak with the winning connections one more time. We'll head over to the winner's circle here in just a moment, and I think they're ready. John, take it away.
Gets it done in this OSS Grassroots final for 3-year-old Colt Pacers. I'm here with winning driver Doug McNair with his third OSS Grassroots final win tonight. Doug, first and foremost, congratulations. But second off, this is a Colt who you've been racing all year. He had some steering issues early on in his career. Have you noticed that it's been getting better and better? Does he still have a little bit of issues out there in terms of the steering?
Yeah, he runs in a little bit, as you could tell in the last turn here tonight. He gapped a little bit, but I try not to have him too wide in the last turn. It's pretty easy to do with a speed horse like that. He gets off the gate good and he can go a long way. So guys are always looking to follow him.
Obviously a lot of action early on in that mile. When Louis was going to clear you at the head of the lane, he was maybe half a lane clear of you. Were you confident that your guy could really fight back when they straightened out at the top of the lane?
Well, you never know. That one of Louis has been racing great. I thought I had him last week. I didn't have enough room to go up the inside. It was my fault and took a shot, and I ended up hooking wheels and cost myself the win. I thought he was good enough to beat him last week, and going forward, I thought last start was the best start he's had in probably 5 or 6 starts. So I was hoping it was going to carry into tonight, and it did.
You made, you kind of waited for the dust to settle despite having the 6-hole. For you, was that kind of what you wanted to do, just wait to see who was going to clear first? Because when you have the 6-hole, you've got a horse who's got some gate speed. A lot of guys would just take a shot out of there right away. Was that something that you were planning before you went behind the gate, or something you just let develop as it went on?
Well, Sylvan had me looped right off the bat, so I was going to take a shot. Once James was out there, he just kept pressing onto the front, so I figured I did take a shot. I had Louis on my back, and he didn't want to give him a second over trip, so I just kind of figured I'd play it kind of like I did last week. He just a few of them left, and I had to leave a little extra hard last week at the 9-hole, but that's kind of how I figured the race would go. Either that or I'd be sitting the 2-hole to Louis, but he didn't get to me till it was too late, so worked out.
You're no stranger to success in this sport, though, Doug, but especially here racing in Ontario. Just, how special is it to get the job done, especially on the Ontario Sire Stakes program, and, what does this mean to you?
No, it means everything. I think we got the best program going, and I've said that lots in the past, and I'll say it going forward. So it's great to win races like this. I think I messed a race or two up earlier that I thought I could have got the job done, but if you can win one of these races tonight, you're doing a pretty good job, I think.
Some pretty nice tilts that we've seen tonight, yourself included being a part of them, but it's been a great night of racing. Congratulations, Doug.
Thanks, Sean.
All right, there's Doug McNair, who gets it done with Century Komodo for trainer Tony Beaton.
Love horse racing? HPIBet.com is Canada's leader in online horse betting. Access thousands of live races from hundreds of tracks worldwide instantly. Enjoy the most advanced betting tools like AI Smart Picks and exclusive cashback rewards you won't get anywhere else. Join today and get up to $100 in free bets. Get the ultimate horse betting experience with HPIBet.com.
By now, you know the name Cosa-Tv, an industry leader producing unique, high-quality digital content promoting harness racing in Ontario. Features, virtual programming, live events, and more, Cosa-Tv has it covered. Follow our social media channels and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page to view the latest content. And if you're looking to bet your favorite Ontario track, check out hpibet.com. Cosa-Tv, taking Ontario racing global.
And welcome back, Trackside. So we are 8 races in, all 8 championships now in the books. Why don't we award our 3 stars for the night? I think it's safe to say first star, we'll give it to Louis Waugh. And second star, maybe a tie between Luke Blais and Doug McNair.
Yeah, I think so.
3 wins each. Who's third star?
No, I was really
Jamie McDonald. Let's give it to
well,
Jamie.
You know, why not?
Great job in the paddock
great job.
tonight. Yeah, I mean, what a night. We thought, though, and as is often the case, we talk about something, we expect something, the opposite happens. We thought it was going to be one of those unpredictable nights like it has been the last few years.
Yeah.
Wasn't the case.
No, favorite players delight tonight, right? I mean, just so many of them came in, the form held true, and I guess for me, watching, Louis, Luke Blais, and Determination, hook up for 3 of them tonight. That's to me, that's kind of the my big takeaway of the night, right? They had tremendous success. Inclusion Hanover, I thought was an incredible effort, and also right there, Cedric Komodo, getting that victory after kind of playing second fiddle a little bit to the Vicar. Love seeing that.
So this is a night where we usually see the unpredictable. Sometimes the super final is a little bit on the chalky side. Maybe the script changes this year. We're going to find out in a couple of weeks from now, and we can't wait. We'll be covering the OSS Super Finals, the championship night of the Ontario Sire Stakes, right here at the same venue, October 12th. Can't wait for that. Hope you can join us for that edition of Cosa-Tv. We'll be back at the Breeders' Crown this year, the 2-night spectacle at the Meadowlands in East Rutherford, New Jersey, October 25th and 26th. Our final show of the season will be coming up in London at the Raceway at Western Fair, the annual Christmas Drivers Challenge in December, and it's going to be on a Tuesday night this year, and that's going to be fun. So thank you again for joining us tonight. Look at the hardware that was given away, a lot of it going to one gentleman in particular, driver Louis Waugh. Good night at the office as well for Doug McNair, and so many champions crowned here this evening. We thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time on Cosa-Tv. So long.